Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 4th of July for the Sun or the Ascendant. I'm going to give you a broad overview of what to expect. Please stay with me. I will then give you the main pointers for each of the zodiac signs from Aries through to Pisces. Now the Sun starts this week in the sign of Cancer but is joined on Tuesday by the quick wits of Mercury. So if we want to be talking more about where we live, how we live there, or whom with, or catching up with news with family members or those people in our extended clan, then Mercury's transition through this sign is certain to help that. But also on Tuesday, Mars, the planet of passion, moves out of the sign that it governs, where it's been for the last 6 weeks. Aries, brilliant for initiating things and getting a bit more active and on the front foot. For the next 6 weeks, Mars is in Taurus, which is obviously an earth sign. So that's very much more to do with tangibility. So the ideas need to be converted into something more long-lasting. But if we do want to grapple with those financial challenges that are presenting themselves with energy increases and foodstuffs going up, the cost of fuel also for our vehicles, then Mars is going to give us a lot of spark of determination to do so. But Mars in Taurus is also very sensual, and of course Mars is the planet of action. So if you're wanting to bring a little bit more raunch to your love life, Mars can certainly help. But Taurus also governs food, and Mars is about impulse. So we could find ourselves, wanting to enjoy the good things in life. And if we can get together with loved ones, with the Sun and Mercury in the 4th house of the overall zodiac, then that's going to be a timely thing to do. But in the second half of this week, the Sun's going to be forging an electric angle to Uranus, the planet of innovation, also in the sign of Taurus. And perhaps there could be some ideas sparking around how we live, especially about creating more space or being more flexible, which Uranus would really help us to engage with. It could also be the case that with Uranus in this sign, that some kind of sudden change or opportunity could present itself around that home-based agenda. Also in the second half of this week, Mercury, the planet that's just moved into the sign of Cancer, is in a right angle to Jupiter. So I think it's important with that particular aspect not to promise more than we can realistically deliver, but it's actually quite an upbeat and positive angle nonetheless. Now, at the heart of this week, we do have a quarter moon in the sign of Libra, which is about relating. The Sun, of course, in Cancer, the sign of feeling. So it's possible someone around us could be feeling a little bit more sensitive, maybe need some support. It could be that two people we get on really well with are not finding it quite so easy to coexist, and we may find ourselves being the in-between person, trying to bring them together in some kind of helpful way. But just generally, somebody that's close to us could seem a little bit out of sorts. And sometimes relating can be a bit more of a subjective process when this particular quarter moon occurs. So we need to make sure that we're not getting too bogged down in that Cancerian energy, particularly with Mercury there, because Mercury likes the precision of the sign of Gemini, which it governs, and obviously the speed of thought. And also in its rulership of Virgo, it's very much about discrimination and being very meticulous about things. So in the sign of Cancer, the emotion of Cancer can diminuate some of the clarity that Mercury has. So I think that this quarter moon does suggest that some relationships may need to be worked at somewhat. But in general, Mars moving into the second house can give us a real desire to enjoy good food, good wine, good company. It could be with those that we really care for, and getting together in some kind of home-based gathering could be on the agenda for many people this week. Now, I've crashed through the 100,000k mark in terms of subs on YouTube. If you have already subbed, I'm so grateful. If you've yet to do so, I'd be honoured if you do so now. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. And if you would like to ascend above this zodiac broadcast and understand more and embrace more serious astrology, with my special package, if you give me 3 pieces of birth data of time, date and place, I can give you a roadmap that can guide you for the rest of your life and a 12-month personal forecast, and you get 30% off. Please see the link below. But now, please stay with me for each of the 12 zodiac sign forecasts. So, week commencing the 4th of July, Sagittarius, sees some big developments, particularly for you, because Mercury moves to align with the Sun in the 8th house, very much to do with transformation. But Venus, the planet of relating, remains in house 7, so there can still be some positive developments around your interactions with others. But I think with Mercury diving deep in Cancer, you're more concerned with what people really mean rather than what they're saying. So the more substantive stuff starts to really draw you in. But also, Mars, of course, is moving on Tuesday too, from the more outgoing and energized 5th house into the hard-working and productive 6th. Over the next 6 weeks, expect your physical vitality to strengthen, which you're really going to appreciate. Also, the Sun in house 8 links with Uranus in house 6, so your approach to longer-term finance, investments, entrepreneurship, marshalling the resources you've got can become very enterprising. You may see opportunities just opening up for you, but they may be different ones from what you have expected before. Now, your ruler Jupiter is forging a square with Mercury, so this can give you quite a lot of encouragement to be optimistic around where you may need to be bold, perhaps even a bit more speculative in your approach. That can come back to you very well. The quarter moon, which occurs midweek, however, is in the 11th house, very much to do with your connections to others. If you have got some group activities, clubs, committees, even idealistic groups of people that you're interacting with, if there is any kind of jealousy or heavy stuff going around, it could weigh you down somewhat. There's something about you that needs to evolve, and if there's someone stopping you evolving, perhaps because they're too clingy, or maybe you're wanting to think about life in a bit of a deeper way at the moment, I think that this could be a little bit of a pinch point. So an interesting week. Don't be surprised if you do have a bit of a declutter, with the Sun linking to Uranus, getting more organised at home. 6th house could see you releasing things in order to increase your physical space, but it could also bring in some extra cash too.